Call me Anne. I'm 36 years old and I live in Accra. What I'm about to tell you happened just 3 days ago, and I still can't believe it's real. For 4 years of marriage, my husband and his entire family were speaking a different language around me, planning the most wicked things, how to frame me for a crime, steal all my properties, and possibly even unalive me. They spoke so freely, thinking that I didn't understand their language. They thought I only spoke Twi in English. But here is the truth that shocked everyone. I am very fluent in their language. I understood every single word. For 4 years, I've been playing dumb, listening to them plot my distraction right in front of my face, while I smiled and nodded like a fool who didn't understand. Why did my husband marry me? Not for love, for revenge. You
Story.
see, when we were children, over 25 years ago, I embarrassed him in front of the whole school. And this man carried that grudge all these years, waiting for the perfect opportunity to destroy me. 3 days ago, I exposed him in front of both our families and the police. I played all the recordings of his evil plans. I spoke their language fluently and watched his face crumble as he realized I had understood everything from the beginning. He's now in police custody facing criminal charges. But now, people are divided. Some say I'm a hero, others says I'm wicked. My own mother is not speaking to me. Half of my family think I went too far. So tonight, I'm bringing this story to you. I want you to tell everyone from the beginning, and I want you to judge, did I do the right thing or did I become as evil as the man I was fighting? Let me tell you this whole story, and you will be the judge. This story actually starts 27 years ago when I was just 9 years. My family had just moved from Kumasi to Accra because of my father's work. I enrolled in a good school. There was this boy in my class. Let's call him Kofi. Now, even at the age 9, Kofi was, how do I say this? He thought he was special. His family had some money, not rich, rich, but comfortable. He was always bragging, always showing off, always trying to prove he was better than everyone. One day during our mid morning break, we were all eating our snacks. Kofi was boasting loudly about how his father had just bought a new car, a Mercedes Benz. His father is rich, he kept saying. We are going to move to a big house. Now, I was a quiet child, but even then, I didn't like people who bragged too much. So I said something, just a small comment. I said, if your father was so rich, why are your school shoes torn like that? The whole class turned to look at Kofi's feet. True to my words, his black school shoes had holes in them, and you could see his socks peeking through. The children started laughing. Not mean laughter at first, just children being children. But Kofi's face changed. Oh, his face turned red with shame. He tried to defend himself, saying the shoes were just old and his mom was going to buy new ones, but the damage was done. For the rest of that term, some children would tease him. They would say, rich man with poor shoes. I didn't continue teasing him. I actually felt bad after that day, but the damage was done. He was humiliated, and apparently, he never forgot. We went to different schools after class 6, and I never saw him again. I completely forgot about this incident. It was such a small thing in my memory, just a childish comment I made when I was young. I didn't even remember his full name, but he remembered. Oh, he remembered everything. Let me fast forward to my adult life. After the university, I studied business administration. My parents weren't super rich, but they were comfortable. My father worked with a good company, and my mom had provisions shop. After school, I moved to Accra and started working in marketing. But I had bigger dreams. When I was 26, I took a risk and started my own business. I started importing and selling household electronics. I worked like a demon, morning to night, 7 days a week. I traveled to China, Turkey, Dubai, sourcing the best. I built relationships with the best in the industry. Within 3 years, I had expanded to three shops. By this time, I was 32. I was doing very well for myself. I had bought two houses, one I lived in Teshi and the one I rented out in Spentex, and money in the bank, investments, a nice car. Not billionaire level, but comfortable, very comfortable. But I was single And in Ghana, you know how it is. A successful single woman is everyone's problem. And when will you marry? Are you waiting to be old? All your mates are having children. Even my own mother was pressuring me. The truth is, I had dated here and there, but nothing serious. I was so focused on my business that relationships felt like a distraction. But the pressure was getting to me. I was lonely sometimes too, coming home to empty house after working all day. It wasn't nice. That's when I met Kofi again, or rather, when he found me. I was at a trade exhibition when I had a booth showcasing my business. My business was going on well that day when this handsome, well dressed man approached my booth. Excuse me, are you Anne? Asked in perfect English. I looked up and saw this fine man in a suit smiling at me. I didn't recognize him at all. Yes, I am. How can I help you? I'm Kofi, he said. We went to primary school together. I searched my memory but couldn't place him. He looked nothing like the children I remembered. Oh, really? I'm sorry, I don't remember. He laughed, so charming, so friendly. Don't worry, it was a long time ago. We were just children. But I've been following your success. Your business is very popular. I'm impressed by what you've built. We talked for a while. He said he worked in banking, had lived in South Africa for some years, and just moved back to Ghana. He was so complimentary, so interested in my business, asking intelligent questions. Before he left, he asked for my number. I would love to take you for dinner sometime, catch up properly, if you don't mind. I gave him my number. Why not? He seemed like a nice, successful man. He called me 3 days later and we went for a dinner at a nice restaurant. That dinner, he was perfect. Attentive, funny, respectful. He talked about his career, his time in South Africa, his plans for the future. He asked about my business with genuine interest. You know, Anne, he said that night, it's rare to meet a woman who is not just beautiful, but also business minded and successful. Most men are intimidated by women like that. But I find it attractive. A woman who can build an empire. That's a queen. Those words, they touched something in me. So many men I had met before were either intimidated by my success or wanted to control it. But Kofi seemed different. He seemed to admire what I had built. We started dating seriously. He was everything I thought I wanted: stable job, well traveled, came from a decent family, respectful, and treated me like a queen. His family were living in Dansoman. When I met them, they were warm and welcoming. His mother hugged me and said in English, "Finally, Kofi has found a good woman." His younger brother, let's call him Nee, was friendly. His sisters seemed nice, though I noticed they spoke mostly their language amongst themselves and would switch to English when addressing me. After one of these family visits, about 3 months into our relationship, I overheard Kofi talking to his brother in the compound. They were speaking their language. I was inside the house. Nee asked something about me and Kofi responded in his language. I understood every word. She doesn't speak our language. She's from Kumasi. She only speaks Chi and English, so you people can speak freely around here. Now, here's the thing. I am fluent in their language. My father had worked with people who speak that language. So I grew up playing with children. I had friends who speak that language, and I learned the language naturally. I speak it just as well as I speak Chi. But I noticed that when people spoke their local language freely, they revealed their true selves. Something in my spirit told me, don't correct him. Let him think you don't understand. So I kept quiet. From that day, I pretended I didn't understand their language. When his family spoke it around me, I would smile and wait for them to translate. And slowly, slowly, I started hearing things.